Also take a look at another stake coming up at Belmont on Friday, the Grade 3 Westchester, and this is also a very competitive race. Zandon was entered to run this weekend, this past weekend I should say, at Aqueduct. Scratch will run in the Westchester at Belmont on Friday, and we'll get a chance to see him making his first start since the Cigar Mile, taking a look at him finishing behind Epicenter in the Jim Dandy.
And he has a real chance to be a serious player in the handicap division. I'm so excited to see him get started. Good horse, you know. He was probably a little overbet in the Cigar Mile at 3 to 5, but also it was a slow pace that really held together, and that track was favoring horses that were forward. So I don't hold a Cigar Mile against him, and might be using this race as a prep for the Met Mile, such a huge race. But he's coming in some horse in good form. Wayburn, Unbridled Bomber is in great form. We think White Abarrio's probably going to go down to Churchill Downs.
Yes, he is.
I am surprised because he got sick shipping here. I'm surprised they want to risk it, but it is a Grade 1. Dr. Ardito looking to step it up, and of course Repo Rocks as well, looking to bounce back from a slightly subpar performance in the Carter.
Here's Dr. Ardito, who has won 6 in a row after he was able to stretch out in distance a little bit. The New York bred coming in terrific form, and he will go into open graded stakes company for the first time, but you can't knock him for what he's been doing lately.
No, he's a very good, relentless runner. There's no doubt about it, but he's finding the competition a lot tougher than the ones that he's meeting. But at some point, you've got to find out where they stand, and this is the time to find out. With all these horses, can Expressman, who ran okay in the Carter, can he take a step forward? Berwyn Calling ran a huge figure of 100 last time. Take a shot, see where you stand. There's a lot of big races going forward, and you want to ask yourself, do I belong in the biggest races or some slightly lesser races?
Here we see the Carter, the Grade 1 Carter. Now do take note that the horse in the purple cap, that's today's Flavor, came back to win this weekend at Aqueduct, cutting back into New York bred company, I should say, in the Affirmed Success. But Expressman ran very well, I thought, in this race, and as you mentioned, kind of Repo Rocks took a little bit of a step back versus those huge buyer speed figures we were seeing from it.
Right. I think the question you want to ask yourself with Repo Rocks, and by the way, today's Flavor, I think, got a 99 buyer, is did he sort of peak and maybe now he's heading on a downward cycle? We'll really find out if he can keep it going. There are a lot of questions, a lot of subplots here. But Zandon's really the big name, but he's also coming off a layoff. So we'll see if he can get it going. This race basically is a prep for our Met Mile, which will run on Belmont Stakes Day. And this is such a great time of the year. I mean, not only with the Derby and all the big races in the Oaks, the big race there this weekend, but you see a race like the Westchester and these horses coming back. You look at that race, a very good race in the Sheepshead Bay. The really good racing is coming back, and it's just going to be a great summer into the fall, as it always is.
We have a lot